Hi guys, and welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. For those of you that are new, my name is Maggie and welcome. Today I'm going to be bringing you another puff pastry recipe. This is more of a savory dish. I really don't know what to call it, but it's basically just a bunch of veggies inside a puff pastry. It's almost like a veggie calzone, I would say. Kind of, not really, whatever. If you want to see how it comes together and how to make this no-name dish, make sure you continue to watch. So for the filling, what you're going to need is some olive oil. This is spinach that I've just washed and it's drying. Some mushrooms, onions, pepper, salt, and some Italian seasoning. That's it. Oh, and also you'll want to preheat your oven to 375. You're going to want a skillet with high sides, and then you're going to want to set aside a baking dish. So into my skillet, I added in a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Into this, I'm going to go ahead and add in my onions, and I'm going to let these cook for a few minutes, for a while, until they cook down and they become nice and translucent. So I'm just going to babysit these. And then I'll meet you here in a few minutes. Okay, my onions are cooking down gorgeously, and I'm ashamed to say I forgot to tell you, you're also gonna need some garlic. I know, it's like, I know, don't even. I'm really upset at myself for it. So at this point, I'm gonna add in my mushrooms, and I'm gonna let these cook until they cook down. So maybe like 4 to 5 minutes, making sure to stir occasionally. And the reason you wanna add the mushrooms later is because mushrooms, they release a lot of liquid. So if you were to add it at the same time as your onion would never really cook through. So it would just be mushy, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna continue to babysit this for a few minutes. And then once these are done, I'm gonna add the garlic, finish it off with some spinach, season this baby up, and then we are almost ready to start baking, well, assembling. All right, my mushrooms have cooked down beautifully. It smells like heaven in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my garlic. Give this a nice stir. I just want this to get nice and fragrant, but not burn. And then I'm gonna season with salt, black pepper. Oops, sorry, I'm blocking the light. And then some Italian seasoning, just to give it a little bit of an herby feel. Just gonna give this a nice stir. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add in my spinach. And I'm just gonna cook this until the spinach cooks down. And then we are in business to start assembling this masterpiece. So I sprayed my baking pan with some nonstick oil just in case we don't want any stickage. And your first layer, I took one pastry puff and I cut it in half. So the first layer is where we're gonna put down our filling. And you kind of just want to put it in the middle so that you can close it off later. You can also add cheese to this, whatever your heart desires. Honestly, this is your kitchen, you do you. All right, that's good for me. I'm gonna make a mini one with the leftovers. So what I'm gonna do now is, here I have some egg wash. All that is a whole egg with a couple tablespoons of water. And I am going to brush the edges of my puff pastry. This is going to act like a glue, so when we put the top one on, it will stick nicely. So I'm going to add the top one, just like so. You may need to do some stretching here to get it to fit. But basically, we're just going to pinch the edges together, just like so. So now this is nicely enclosed, and what I do is, because I don't want anything exploding in the oven, kind of just make a little Nice design for the air holes, pretty much. Oops. Now this is gonna go into your preheated oven anywhere from, I would say 15 to 25 minutes, or until you notice that it's fully cooked through. You're just looking for this to cook. And then before you put it in, you just want to brush it with some additional egg wash so that it gets nice and glossy. You let it cool for a few minutes just to kind of settle, and then you're good to enjoy. Now this is kind of like a blank canvas. You could really do this with a lot. You can add cheese to this, you can do meat ones, I mean anything your heart desires. I just love making these. They're super easy. Kids love them. My nieces and nephews eat this up. So if you're looking for a fun kid recipe, this is it. I'm so happy that you guys have joined me on this episode. Thank you for spending your time with me. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.